Hey, we want to say shout out to our sponsors, Watchman Cigars, Red Hill Brewing, Crave Bath and Body, and Level Up Logo. Without you guys, this episode would not be possible. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast, where it's our take on life, liberty, and the pursuit of gravy. And this host is evidently going through puberty. We had a great show lined up for you, as always, but, it's getting pretty regular that our guests are just leaving, so that's fine. Anyway, hang out with us on our 200th episode. We'll make it the best we possibly could be, and who knows what craziness will ensue. But before we begin, let me go ahead and introduce you to our starting lineup. We've got Magic Man. It's somewhere in Georgia.
Hey, actually, I'm in South Carolina now.
Are you really?
It counts as Georgia.
Yes.
And then producer Brian.
Hey, guys.
And I'll be your illustrious host, again, going through puberty, big in hand. How about you? Producer Brian, where can our folks find us on those socials?
Wow. I forgot you were going to ask me that. We're on the internet
Just go to
at sfpradio.com. That's right. You can find links to all our socials. If you want to use the keyboard a little more, you can go to facebook.com/Southern Fried Philosophy. We're at SFP Radio on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I don't think there's a lot of content there, but you can send us stuff. Send Big in some videos or something. He has nothing better to do. And then, so we have on the website we have a call-in line. You can leave us a voicemail or a message. It's not really a voicemail. Sorry, we have an answer machine tape plugged into the website.
It's the old school tape.
Yeah, so give us a call, leave us a message, tell us what you really think about whatever. It could be, what do you think about tacos or donuts or...
You know what I'd love? I love everybody to call and let us know about their reaction to Roe v. Wade. That's what I would like this week.
It's a great show, guys. It's been 200 good ones, I guess.
Out of 200, maybe about 50 really solid ones.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, call us, leave a message. We're lonely.
Yeah.
That's 1-900.
Do they even still have 1-900 numbers? Are they even still around?
I'm not up late enough to find out. I don't know. I think,
Yeah. I don't typically call those kinds of numbers anyway, so.
But were you guys the guys that would stay up late just to see the 900 number commercials?
See the commercials?
Yeah, they would have commercials, and you're like, oh wow.
That was not an
call
incentive.
now. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Stay up. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay. Someone's got more experience with this than I do.
Yeah. Can't help commercials come on.
Yeah, you can't. You sure can't.
It was usually right before those commercials that had the disc, CD sets of 20 love songs, 20 CDs of love songs from the 80s.
It's like a 30-minute infomercial on a box set of bad songs.
This is all the deep tracks of every one-hit wonder band for $20. Go. I think they were mostly, if I recall, then 1-900 numbers were during USA Up All Night. You guys remember that one with old Gilbert Gottfried?
Oh, yeah. I remember USA, yeah.
USA Up All Night.
All night. I think most guys, yeah.
God bless. Wonder what Rhonda Shear's doing right now.
I'm assuming I don't remember the names of people. That was a long time ago.
Was it?
Wasn't it?
It feels, for me, it's 10 minutes ago.
25 to 30 years ago, man. I can't believe how far we've come.
That's
how fast time has gone by.
I'm struggling with the age thing. It's starting to hit me. I'm remembering things 20 years ago during my adult life.
Yeah.
Right.
I was young, but I was an adult, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning of the show, while you're watching Restream, you're watching it on YouTube Live or Facebook. I thought Ryan, you said that Alan gave us some beers, but it looks like he just said that you gave us some cheers. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I thought we were getting beer tonight. No.
He gave us beer emojis.
Is that an IOU? Is that what that is?
Yeah, Alan,
Hey.
that's an IOU, bud.
If you do want to contribute to the show, though, you can go to our website, sfpradio.com, and click on the Patreon link. You can throw us a few dollars here or there. That would be great. We would really appreciate it. We've got an outing coming up for the SFP family. So we'd really like a few extra dollars. So that'd be great to help cover that. Because we're going to paint the town red. Or hit a golf ball in some parked car. So
I'm going to hurt myself. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to pull a muscle. That's why we need.
We're going to go to Top
taken
Golf.
care of. Yeah.
We're going to go to Top Golf. I guarantee you, all three of us will be in like the CVS quick checkup place, and we've all pulled our back muscle.
Minute clinic.
The Minute Clinic. Yep. Hey, if you guys have been enjoying the understanding racial, if you've been I can't talk. If you have enjoyed the racial understanding series and you would like some more information, there is a YouTube class being taught by Mr. Dan Barry. It's a Zoom meeting Tuesday night, 7 to 8:30 Central. So that's 8 to 9:30 Eastern. Starting Tuesday, May 17th. So that'll be next week. If you'd like, the information's on our show notes, so you can go out there, sign up, and enjoy that class. That'd be great. We want to say shout out to our listeners from Lexington, Kentucky, or just Kentucky. I don't know which one Magic Man has pulled up for us tonight. So shout out to our listeners from Kentucky.
Hey, I had to get Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, okay, so
yes,
we're
sir.
Specific. We're specified tonight.
We are specified tonight. So I got some good ones here.
All right,
so
let's
first
go.
one is, where has the Queen of England vacationed? In Lexington, Kentucky, my friend. It's not exactly a timeshare situation, but Her Majesty traditionally has been involved in the world of thoroughbred racing and has housed horses at Lane's End Farm.
Ooh.
So you got some royal connections there, yeah.
There
That's
you
where all the
go.
Buffalo Trace stuff's going to her, probably.
Yeah. The other thing is they have a spicy local delicacy called beer cheese, which has its own annual festival nearby Clark County. Yep. If you prepare grits over cheese, famed food writer Jonathan Gold, who's been on Top Chef Masters, says he could live on the grits made at the Weisenberger Mill, or if I was to say it correctly in German, Wiesenberger.
Wiesenberger.
That's not how they say it
probably
in Lexington, I imagine.
Oh, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah, because they've got, what was it, Versailles, and they call it Versailles.
No. Watch out, it's called Versailles, son.
Versailles,
not
that's
Versailles,
right.
It's Versailles.
I knew it.
There you go.
I done been educated by a local several years ago.
Used car capital of the world.
Yeah. Fellas, I picked this one especially for you. 95% of the world's bourbon is aged in Kentucky, and there are 9 distilleries within 35 minutes of Lexington, including 2 right downtown. There are more than 5 million bourbon barrels aging in Kentucky. That's more bourbon than people.
Absolutely.
That's some good stuff right there.
That is fantastic. Thank you for bringing those specifieds from Lexington. That's great.
Well, I actually got 2 more.
Oh, all right. Bring them.
All right. Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Never heard of it.
Was one of 4 distilleries to obtain a special government license to produce medicinal whiskey during Prohibition.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then one last little fact: George Clooney and Johnny Depp, both born in Lexington, Kentucky.
There you go.
So there are your 5 fast facts about Lexington, Kentucky.
Beautiful. I love it. Good job. Well done, sir. Usually we give you a state, but you nailed the city.
Thank you.
We're going to run out of states eventually, and you just have to start picking like some random town in a tiny county in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Which will be fine. Like there's some weirdo ones that got like little special, like unique laws and unique things about them. So that'll be fun.
We'll make it work.
All right. So our Southern phrase of the week. Sorry, I'm dealing with a little bit of something in my throat. Southern phrase from the week is: the porch light's on, but ain't nobody home. You guys heard that one before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a Southern phrase when somebody you meet are either like dazed off. It's the second time, by the way, the fire trucks come by. They're either they're daydreaming, or they're just not thinking clearly, or they're just a little off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean, Vern? Yep.
Porch lights on, but ain't nobody home. So there's that. I think that's about it for that. Producer Brian, you said you wanted to discuss some food physics.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I was just occurred to me tonight while I was eating my dinner. Well, a little PSA first. We skipped over how you be doing. So,
oh, you're right. We did. Brought to you by Crave Bath and Body.
Don't you
forget that.
It felt so quick. I was like, how are we already here?
Yeah, I was like, we're blowing through this. Yeah.
We're just flying through.
He's ready to go to bed. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. Get some of that Kentucky distilled bourbon.
Probably need it. So how you be doing, Magic Man? So you're in South Carolina.
I'm in South Kakalaki.
Wow.
Irmo, to be exact.
Yep.
We are, which is right outside of Columbia, northwest of Columbia. And then Saturday, we make our way to Fort Mill, South Carolina. So we'll be back in the Charlotte area. We'll be there for a month. So looking forward to seeing you guys in person again after several months away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we haven't eaten at any restaurants around anywhere, so nothing to report on that front. Lori's been making some cool things. She's making some kind of chocolate peanut butter bread concoction. So I'll let you know how that turns out in the next episode.
Yeah, Columbia is one of those, like, I've been to Columbia a million times, and I'm going to get yelled at. Someone's going to come after me for this, but there's not a ton of great food in Columbia.
It's
saying there's a few probably
typical restaurants.
It's like there's a couple of gastropubs that are okay, but I haven't had any right home to mama situations.
Yeah, it's definitely not known for culinary escapades or whatever. So
Mojo, no, that was Greensboro.
Greenville.
Mojo told me
Greenville's awesome. Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville's got some.
Yeah, Greenville's got some good stuff. Yeah,
absolutely.
So
I went to a hamburger place in Columbia when we went to a Kentucky game. I can't remember the name of it, but it was good. It had peanut butter and jelly
McDonald's
on the hamburger thing. So Ryan might like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, producer, was that it for South Carolina? Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
By the way, I cracked open that coffee bar, soap bar from Crave Bath and Body.
Oh.
It was quite nice. I enjoyed it. I want a little bit more more coffee, maybe a latte. It doesn't quite taste like coffee. So if you could add a little bit more of that coffee to it, that'd be great.
I think that's one of the ones. Doesn't it have coffee grounds in it to help with your exfoliation? Yeah.
It has the coffee grounds and like powdered coffee. So I kind of want to lick it. Yeah.
It tastes like coffee and soap.
So where do you source your coffee grounds from?
Lori, where do you source your coffee grounds from?
The coffee pot?
This is hard hitting.
Yeah, pretty much the store. Yeah, probably.
Is it brewed first, or is it like you brew? Like take the basket and just dump it into the soap barrel and you make your soap up. Is that how that works?
That sounds great.
Those are pre-brewed grounds actually, but yeah, no, those probably just. Yeah, she's nodding. They're pre-brewed grounds.
Okay.
So I can melt it down, separate it, and then brew the coffee from it. That sounds like a great plan.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah. And you'll get a clean inside too, because there'll still be some soap there, I'm sure.
Sure.
And by the way, what's in the cedarwood soap that you were using was actually not cedarwood splinters. What's in there, Lori?
Sawdust.
She's laughing, so I can't get an answer from her.
All right. Listen, I love it. I'm ordering more of it. I was just kidding. It doesn't scar you up or anything. It's great.
Yeah, it doesn't scratch the crap out of you. That's right.
It's perfect. Producer Brian, how you doing?
Well, I'm good. So I just have a PSA for all of our folks out there. If you're listening right now, it's a Thursday. right?
It is.
We have 2 holidays. Well, one holiday is technically today, and then there's another one upcoming. It is currently Cinco de Mayo.
There you go.
So it's Eat Tacos and Margaritas Day. If you forgot, it's not too late. If you're on the live stream, go run out.
I had tacos. I did not have margaritas.
I didn't have margaritas either. But and the other one, if you're listening to the show on the podcast, like it comes out on Monday, call your mama right now because you probably forgot Mother's Day was yesterday. You need to send some flowers. Take care of that.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, exactly. So you're welcome. A little public service announcement.
I will say you cannot get a Mother's Day reservation at 73 in Maine. I tried to call today. So that's out. If anybody's needing to get that one, it's out. So Biggin may be trying to find a place to go eat on Mother's Day. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Oh, do you ever walk into a card shop on like Saturday afternoon or like Friday afternoon before Mother's Day and try to find a card? There's like
so
30 dudes like just hanging around trying to find something, and they're all picked clean. All the good stuff's gone.
At the Minute Clinic, at CVS. Yeah.
You can make a pretty penny probably standing in front of the store with like some like 5 or 6 like real banging Mama's Day cards, They're like, $10, $15. Yeah, you heard me. That's right.
I thought you were going to
rephrase that.
I was thinking he was going to say banging mamas and stop right there. I was going to go, whoa.
That's a different card. That's a different holiday. Yeah.
Oh, that's about a month later, isn't it? Or like Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas and New Year's or something. Anyway, how you been doing, Big?
Oh man. Did I talk about potty training last week? I can't remember if I did. I know
you were really excited about it.
God bless it.
So optimistic.
Y'all, I read the book. I thought I had it nailed down. I was like, here we go. I got
how's your aim?
This lady said in the book, 3 days, you'll be good. Things are going to be perfect, blah, blah, blah. Day 1, I was by myself with no help. Y'all, I said so many wordy nerds. I needed to repent that day. Like I couldn't wait till Sunday to repent. I just needed to have like 3 minutes in the bathroom by myself and just say, dear Jesus, I'm sorry for what came out of my mouth. I'm sorry for what's about to come out of my mouth. I can't control it. It's just going to come out just like her pee, evidently all over our floor. Y'all, we would sit on the toilet for 20 minutes. We'd watch Peppa Pig. We would watch Paw Patrol, whatever, 20 minutes. You're just sitting there watching the thing. My butt's numb at this point because I'm sitting on the side, of the bathtub. And then it's like, all right, do you need to go? No, we get up 3 steps away. She just unleashes. Like, y'all, oh, Jesus, please help me. Give me strength. And then we would go to the couch. We'd watch something else. Remember, if you need to pee, let me know. Okay. And then she'll get up to walk to the TV because she's about to dance and then just everywhere. Like, stop for the love of God. And it was just miserable. It was miserable. Then, my wife is on calls. Like I hear her on work calls and I just scream bleepity bleep bleep. It did not turn out well, y'all. Jesus was not happy with me that day. I know that.
Oh no.
But it's gotten better. But we've got this week is Derby week, right? So you said that there's 3 or 2 holidays. In fact, I would argue with you and say there's 3 holidays this week. One of them just happens to be on the Saturday, where we have the Kentucky Derby. So we have the big Kentucky Derby party. There's no way any potty training is getting done this week because we are hustling, man. It's just we're flying, flipping things in the kitchen. We're trying to clean up. We did a yard project. We're, here, there, all over the place. So I'm going nuts. So that's how my week has been. And it's been bad.
Wow.
So there's that. I'm exhausted.
It's not going to end either.
Oh, no. There's no, and work is extremely busy.
Yeah.
Little thing, normally I could watch a little bit of TikTok here, maybe a little show here, whatever. No, sir. It is like 8.5 hours staring at the screen at this point. It is going to be like that for 3.5 months. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be miserable. So there's that. Yeah.
Good times.
Fun times. So we already did the Southern Phrase of the Week.
Yep.
So now let's discuss the food physics.
Yeah, food physics. That's what
Food
just
physics.
what I'm calling
Let's
it. So tonight, while I was eating my white people tacos, it occurred to me, and I don't think we've talked about this before, but there's certain foods that I can just eat, and not stop eating, and it doesn't matter how many there are, or the volume. Like the volume, if you weighed these tacos and compared to another food with similar mass, I couldn't eat as much of that other thing. Probably say chicken, like fried chicken or something, right?
Right.
There's a limit to how much fried chicken I can eat. The only limit to the number of tacos I can eat is how many are available at the time, right?
Sure.
Are there any? Do you guys have anything like that? Like pizza for me is like that. Like sushi's kind of like that. Like there's those kind of foods that the number doesn't matter. Just if it's there, you can just keep putting it down, right?
No, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Magic Man, what say you?
Probably like hamburgers, French fries, pizza,
Hamburgers,
tacos. Yeah.
Hamburger. That's a lot. Because
Yeah,
the bread.
You got beef and a hearty bun.
Well, maybe. Yeah. I mean, until I'm full, I guess is the stopping point.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's everybody's stop. Well, not really.
Well,
there's pass out level and there's no more food level. There's the two choices.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to know what Allen's is if he's still in the chat. I'll be honest with you. That's what we call every food for me. Like anything, I could just keep going until I'm about to pass out. In fact, like brownies, I could eat an entire pan of brownies and just go in a diabetic coma and not wake up in a month.
No.
I'd be
I
fine
could do
with
ice cream. I could do ice cream that way.
No.
Like a gallon.
No.
Just give me a spoon and the tub. And it's going to melt before I finish, probably. But that's kind of where. Then it's a milkshake and it's a beverage, and I can fit some more in. Thin mints, something like that. Holy moly! Oh yeah, I saw Alan's response.
Wow.
I'll use.
Yeah.
Donuts, very specific donut.
Right. Well, the thing about the Krispy Kreme hot donuts is as soon as you eat them, they disintegrate like cotton candy. So it's really not fair on that part.
Tortilla chips, like chips and salsa, all day long. Maybe it's the corn stuff.
Chips and cheese dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the cheese gets me eventually, but the salsa all day never stop. I mean, we got salsaritas on Sunday, and it came with 2 bags of chips. We got a family pack, right? Feeds 5 people, it says. It's like the Stouffer's family of 4 thing.
Right. If you're not familiar with it, I forgot how the beginning of it started.
So I identify, according to the Stouffer's lasagna box, I identify as a family of 4, I believe.
That's great.
I'll do the family size of macaroni and cheese too.
Okay. Yeah.
I love ribs. I could eat a good chunk of ribs. Seafood, I could eat that going out of style.
Popcorn shrimp.
Oh gosh. If you guys have ever been to Johnny's Farmhouse, they have, a popcorn shrimp platter, and it is massive. Or Captain Steve's if you're in the area, which I love Captain Steve's. Man, I could eat all that popcorn shrimp all day, every day. It was great. Yeah. So cool. I understand. There's some foods that you fill up faster on, like mac and cheese for me. I like it, but man, it'll fill me up quick.
Alan, it says Alfredo.
Look, y'all.
Yeah. Sabor, plantain.
Sabor is a restaurant, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of good tacos.
Yeah. I don't know how in the world you would do Alfredo. That just seems like impossible.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so heavy.
Put him against, what's his name? Oh, what was the hot dog dude?
Joey Chestnut is that guy or
Yeah.
what
That'll work. I was thinking of the
Kobayashi?
other guy, Kobayashi. Yes.
Yeah.
Put him against Kobayashi. I'd put money on Allen. Yeah.
We need a 4th of July host an event like a food food competition.
Yeah.
We need to get someone to sponsor it, and then just watch someone make themselves sick on whatever southern you have to eat a pound of pimento cheese or something. I don't know,
Biscuits gravy. How about that? Let's do biscuits gravy. All you can eat biscuit gravy.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
There it is.
How would you count that? Would you have to do?
You would do one biscuit.
But what's the
and,
gravy? Is it like a ladle, like a soup ladle?
Yeah, you'd have to measure the gravy. But yeah.
Would you just get like a big gulp of gravy next to your biscuits? As you finish it, you get another one, right?
Right. How many big gulps of gravy can you finish?
Yeah.
What was that? Well, y'all, it has been a fantastic run. We have done 200 episodes of the Southern Fried Philosophy podcast. Whoopee!
Woo! There's a real. There, that's better.
Tonight we were supposed to have Matt Jones from Kentucky Sports Radio, which is like my hero. Look, I get celebrity fascinated quicker than anybody. It's been documented on the show that I lived next to the weatherman, and I got so starstruck looking at him. I was like, oh, it's the weatherman. It's so cool. But Matt for me is part of the reason why we even have this show. Is if you listen to Kentucky Sports Radio, it initially started off with Kentucky sports and just talking about that, but it quickly became a family with him, and they have their producer is named Shannon the Dude. His name's Shannon, but to make sure that they know that he's a dude, they call him the Dude. Ryan Lemon, which we've had on the show, and then Drew Franklin. And those guys, really, they're family. They're funny. They talk about sports, but they talk about everything under the sun. Most of the topics we have here on our show, and we discuss them because I just rip them off. But I mean, it's fun, and they have a good time, and they lets you have a break from reality sometimes. And I've really enjoyed listening to the show. Matt has gone from a lawyer to a radio show host. He's been on Bill Maher and whatnot. So he's got a really cool story. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, he has not emailed me back in 2 weeks. I think he forgot about it. Whatever. He's a big star. But he is not on the show tonight. But we will remember 200 episodes starting now.
200.
Episode 1. I'm just going to do a recap of all 199.
Okay.
So
buckle up, guys.
Lean back, buckle up. No, we're not going to do that. But, we started. Actually, Producer Brian, you had a question about the show, right? You want to start off there?
Basically, I don't know, 200 episodes. We've got people that haven't listened to all 200. I don't say I recommend listening to all 200 anyway, because I know people, when I talk to people saying I'm on the show, they're like, oh, I want to go listen. And they start at 1. And this isn't that kind of show, I feel like. There's a lot of topical. I mean, if you really like it, you can go do that.
Sure.
But I haven't listened to all 200 episodes.
I haven't listened to all 200.
And you were on all of them, so except for like 3 maybe. But what was tell us the story, like how we got here or got to that episode 1. Like what was the journey for that?
Yeah. So I started off, I was doing a very similar show in Texas with myself, Sketch, who's been on the show, and a co-host of mine, Dave Waxler. And we were doing the Dr. Dave and Biggin show. And we were just having a good time. We enjoyed it. Kind of, again, it was the rip off of Kentucky Sports Radio. It was a little bit of a ripoff of a show called Rick and Bubba that I started with. And I think the whole thing for me is just guys getting together, having a great time, laughing, joking, being close, being a family, and seeing that, being able to pick on each other like you do with brothers, and just really have a good time, but also connect with listeners and let them be part of your life. And so how it started was, I left that and came here to Charlotte. Didn't have that, was really missing it. And I was talking to Brandon after his heart surgery, and I said, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" And he said, "Sure, let's try it out." So I didn't think it would really take off, or even happen. And then we found a little spot in downtown Concord, and they had a podcast studio, and we rented the studio and we set up the equipment. We did a little bit of research on how to get one started, and then we hit record, and that was episode 1. And at that point, we were really just trying 2 things. One, we were asking everybody we knew to come on as a guest. And then 2, we always had trouble getting into the door. So one of the biggest hurdles was actually trying to get to the studio, because you either had to have an app, which sometimes, most of the time, didn't work, or 2, we would forget the code, or they would change it and not tell us. So that was always a fun part of trying to get to the studio to actually do the show.
Yeah, parking was fun too at the first studio.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, where do I park? Where's this little door at? I have to sneak into.
Yeah, there was a front entrance, and of course there was the back door. And then we got smart and started going through the back door, because they would never change that lock code.
Yeah,
so
that's
they're
like, 6,000 steps or something to go up that.
Oh
thing.
yeah, that was rough. After we got upstairs, I had to wait like 20 minutes to start because I was still out of breath.
Oh man.
Oh, and when you're a fat guy trying to go upstairs, you try not to make it sound like you're going up the stairs, like breathing heavy. So you're like breathing out the side of your mouth, or like.
But then you're making it worse because you're not getting enough oxygen.
Right. You get all dizzy and you're like, "Oh boy, I think I'm going down." Yeah, so that was fun. And then when we had guests, the other part was they didn't know where it was either. So undoubtedly, I had to go back down the stairs,
right,
meet the guests, and then come back up the stairs. So now we're looking at 40 minutes of just trying to breathe, and then we had to start the show. So that was never a good time.
Wow, that's fun. I kind of miss the old studio sometimes, just from the
yeah.
It had a character to it,
It did.
Yeah.
I say it was a good character, but it had character.
I'll say every time I went into there, it was like either a podcast studio or casting couch. Like, I felt like it had that vibe to it.
Totally. There's some lights in there. I don't know if they use those for.
Right. Brown chicken, brown cow was probably going on in there.
It's entirely possible.
So, yeah.
Oh man, I sat on that couch too.
Oh yeah, you did. Why do you think we never sat on the couch?
Oh wow! So the first episode released on June 29th, 2016, according to.
Wow.
Yep. I didn't realize it was that long ago. That was almost 6 years. That's my birthday, actually.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So.
How about it?
Doesn't mean anything necessarily, but that's just fun fact.
Fun facts.
Fun fact.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some really good guests. The first 100 episodes. I think about Maj Toure with Black Guns Matter, which kind of has kind of blown up a little bit. John Caparulo, with the comedian, never thought I would meet him, and he was on the show. Jeremy White, the son of Reggie White, that was also kind of a dream.
That was interesting. I listened to that one.
Yeah. Uncle Leon, man. We met Uncle Leon at that time, and from Watchman Cigars, and that boy, he blew up and got big and, doing his thing. So God bless him.
Doing all kinds of cool things now.
Yeah, that you ain't kidding.
I think he's on a yacht like every other weekend or something, right?
Every other weekend he's on a yacht or at a country club.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then in the time of that one like little studio in downtown, episode 94, I think that's when you joined producer Brian on 4/15 of 2019.
94. Was that Jawan Cap? No. That's when I started coming around. That's when I think I was on
You were on the
my
show.
vocals where I was like, I'd spoke on for the first time. I started, I think, editing at 92. I was trying to build up. I was recently started a company and just looking for anything to make. So I was trying to build my resume as a producer and editor. I was like, hey, just let me edit your stuff for free.
Absolutely. Oh.
Just to do something. That went nowhere, to be clear, but I've had a lot of fun in the process.
So if you need your podcast edited, your videos edited, send an email to SFP Radio.
Yeah, and I'll find someone who can help you out. That's what. Yeah.
I remember the day we were at church and you're like, hey, do you need somebody to edit your podcast? And I was like, the Lord has spoken. Absolutely. Because it would spend me like 4 hours on a Saturday or Sunday to try to do this thing. And, I just did not have capacity.
Yeah. So, it started off taking a long time for me. And then I slowly cared less a little about the production value. I think it still sounds good. The equipment we have that we're recording with now is better. And that's made a difference just from an audio nerd standpoint, but it saves a lot of because I would process each file and like get the EQ right, and then get some of those episodes you listen to them, there's probably not a single or pause, or like I totally overproduce some stuff.
Right.
Because I guess I was bored. It doesn't work that way anymore. If there's not a bad word, it almost goes straight out to the internet.
So if nothing else, listening to 200 episodes, it makes you like not give a crap anymore.
Yeah.
About things. So there you go.
You're
just like, Here's the thing, and I told this to my little brother the other day, is we were doing the yard work, and I said, I am a huge proponent of good enough. Like if it's just good enough, that's okay. That's perfect. Like I don't need it to be perfect. I just need it to be good enough, decent, whatever. Like that's my happy place. I'm not a perfectionist, but as long as it kind of gets done, we're good. So
I think we achieved that.
You were overproducing. I'm like, bro, you really don't need to do all that at all. So somewhere between episode 106 and 109, I don't know where that was, we ended up moving to the new studio at church. Similar experience of the fact of trying to get in the door. I don't know why we have issues with trying to get in the door.
I had the key, I feel like. Or did you have a key too? I don't know.
It was going back and forth on who had a key and then who had access.
Yeah.
So that was a little tricky.
And there was a learning curve on the audio equipment for sure.
Sure. Like when we stepped, and nobody saw the studio, but if you did, it was a soundproof room.
Yeah.
That we rented from
Equal Rights.
What is it?
Equal Rights Institute.
Equal Rights Institute.
The Pro-Life Avengers.
Which, by the way, now I'm like, anyway. So, but they had this equipment that I would spend like a year's salary trying to get. And I thought we were so big time, man. I was just like, look at us. And then, after we got in that studio, I think it hit me of how small that room is to try to get all of us in there. And it was like, we were the table was way too big. But
I the table or we were way too big. You had to suck it in a little.
It's always somebody else's fault that we're too big, and they don't make these chairs big enough. Maybe
this room's so
big,
small.
Fatty. Right. Who made these pants so tight? But that was a good time. We had Jim Harold from Jim Harold podcast, the Campfire podcast.
That was one of my highlights for sure.
One of the highlights. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Corn Pop was a bad dude. That was from that era. And then we had the Safari Club International. Remember when we did that event?
The events are the best. Some of my favorite things were the events we did.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to do more events.
Safari Club was something else. Just being in that room.
Yeah. And right, I don't know if you remember, but like it's a whole international club that devotes itself to safari hunting. And we were so out of our element in that, but Uncle Leon like hooked us up. I thought it was fascinating.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I was just like, what? That was, my eyes were so big. We were at a hotel here in Concord, and they had a big gala, and they let us come in for the night, do an interview with them. But they're like talking. We're doing videos, and they're like hunting rhinos on the big screen. We're like, what in the world?
Yeah,
It was just insane.
nuts.
That was a good time. And then I have all my notes on 4/23/20, Ryan. That's when the first time I heard your voice pop up. So you've been with us for 2 years now.
Yeah. So yeah, I started right after COVID hit.
Maybe,
So, but
I think
I
maybe
did
that's
visit
the
some
reason why we had
recordings.
COVID.
Yeah, I did visit some recordings at the old studio in downtown Concord,
Yep.
and at there in the collective. But yeah, it was April of 2020 when I that was right about when we were talking about Tiger King and all those good good things.
April of 2020.
Oh.
And that's when we started live streaming these
Yep.
recordings. Yeah.
Yeah, basically as soon as we went off or out of to our remote studios, we started doing the live stream. That's correct.
Our bunkers.
Yeah, the old SFP bunkers, which is great. I like this format. I do miss a little bit of the studio when there's not a 3-second delay for Ryan.
Yeah.
So that always helps. But there is something about doing a show with no pants on, so that's always helpful. I think.
Okay.
It makes it nice. No, but it is. It makes
Hell
it nice when you
yeah,
can just.
brother.
Also, why is his comment on a 3-second delay too? I don't get that.
Well, the comment was on the because I couldn't find the button. That's
There it is.
There's too many sounds on this thing.
So yeah, we started remote. We did. We had Ryan and Amanda Lemon from Kentucky Sports Radio on. They had to shut everything down due to COVID. And then some of my favorite episodes were Dr. David Page, the creator of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. That was such a great episode. And guys, I really enjoyed Dr. Lucretia Berry a couple episodes ago. I thought that was fascinating. So I really, those were some of my highlights of 200 episodes. I think it was season 5 started when Brandon started his motorcycle company, which by the way is blown up. Yep. Unbelievable. And after the show ends, they're starting phase 3, which is a secret, but it's really cool what they're about to launch.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm actually going over there tomorrow. So.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, doing some work.
Pick up your chili wins.
Oh, I'm going to shake them down for my money. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. So Brandon, he started the show. He was a ride or die, and he had commitments. He bought a house in Kannapolis, and so this motorcycle thing has took off. In fact, he's going to Cincinnati as we speak. So, man, it's a great ride, and I also want to be very clear, like, we're still best friends. Like, it's not anything. We're not angry at each other. It wasn't he left the show because of any ill will or whatever. It was just, life kind of dealt him that. So,
right.
Yeah. So there's that. So
I've been asked that before. Like, what happened to Mojo?
Really?
Nothing. He has to work.
He had to
run a business.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any money. In case you guys didn't know that.
Right. This costs money. This is a negative gain on this, so we're not going anywhere. Yeah, it's been a great ride. I said to myself, if we're not making it in 5 years, then I'm going to quit. But I just can't quit. Like I enjoy this.
What's your definition of making it? Let's get that clear.
At least making expenses for the month. Can I just say that?
Okay.
If we could just cover expenses, that'd be great. Oh, great.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? Let's answer it.
We just got a donor come in for the.
Hello?
El Centro de Coberturas Médicas. Para hablar con un agente, oprima 1. Para ser eliminado de la lista, oprima 2.
Am I supposed to press 1 or 2?
Just pick one.
All right, 1. See what happens. Oh, man, that's no fun.
Oh, which one did you pick?
I did 1. So if anybody calls you, always pick 2, evidently.
1 should have been either, yes, I want car insurance, or I want English. Right?
Right. Either one I would have been happy with. Also, we got a message. Hi there. Nice to meet you. I have a female friend with good financial. This is sounding positive. She has no time to make friends for busy work. Now she wants to marry a man between 27 and 55 years old. If you are more than 27 years old to 55 years old, reply 1. See, I press 1 and click the link to message her immediately. Wish you a happy life. So, do we report, block, or add to contacts?
No judgment.
We'll play the game report, block, or add to contacts. And so we'll go to the person in the chat. Alan, do we report, block, or add to contacts? Oh boy, please don't pick add to contacts.
He did make a comment about when you were talking about making it. He said making it equals listener in Antarctica.
Oh, that would be huge.
We have a phone number we can call for that. That's
yeah.
Or just click the link below.
Yeah.
So there's that.
That phone call reminds me of that message we got that it was a comment on the website. You got all excited about our first comment on the website. I don't know if you want to talk about that or not, but it was funny.
I mean, look, it's episode 200, and I'm sure my dad is listening and watching. So I'm sorry, Dad. But, I mean, producer Brian asked for
it. It's producer Brian's fault.
It's my fault. It's fine.
It's producer Brian. Also, Alan said add to contacts.
Yes.
So, oh, gosh. Oh, Lord. All right, we're going to add to contacts. There we go. We're adding to contacts. What? All right.
Oh, man.
Her first name is Nuel. Nuel. So how about that? Add to contacts. Got it. So the first comment that we ever had on the website. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I love you. I'm sorry. Look, episode 201. We'll go to episode 16. So what had happened? We got the website up, and it like Facebook, and things were chugging along, and somebody messaged me, and I was like, oh, yes, we got a message.
We've made it.
We've made it. Yeah, we've got a listener from Antarctica. And it turns out it was a friend that my dad had that, oh, God, I'm going to get in trouble. How do I say this nicely? They just wanted to leave some feedback, not about the show, and so left it on our website, and I was like, oh no! So we had to block said person, and yeah. So I was so excited about that, but that's what happened. It turned out to be. Does that make sense? Is everybody following? Did I skirt around enough but give enough context?
I don't know.
Okay,
I understand.
All right.
And I wasn't a part of it, so.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah.
I thought there was,
So
wasn't there one, is that the one that was the one from, it was like a mail order bride situation?
a mail order bride.
Wasn't there like someone looking for a man? Was that a podcast website comment or a podcast comment on iTunes?
Oh, I don't know about that one.
You don't remember that one? Oh man, it was funny.
No. Huh.
He was looking for a man, something, or my sister just married an American. I will do things to you, kind of. Something
Oh my.
Dang.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh no, but the Facebook one I think was like, oh yay, somebody's responding and like is part of it, and it turned out it was a scorned friend.
Oh no.
All right, so what are your all's thoughts? What you guys have been on the show? You've listened to hopefully more than 10 episodes. So what's been your favorite episode thus far, or memory?
I'll let Magic Man go first.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably. Well, my favorite episode is the one where I showed my pickles. That was funny.
Okay.
I also
Hold on.
Chicken sandwich. There were pickles on a sandwich.
Yeah.
Don't Google that on YouTube. Don't look up for Magic Man's pickles on YouTube. You're not going to see them.
No.
Okay.
I mean, that could be the After Dark show. We could do that, but
Yeah.
yes,
true.
let's clarify. He was showing his pickles from a chicken sandwich.
Yes. So, and yeah. I also enjoyed the tasting that we did with Tanya Thompson.
Yes,
That was a lot
Yeah.
of fun. I really enjoyed
that was
that.
fantastic. Yep. I don't know why that didn't make my list. Sorry.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
But we no, I was a listener. I started listening in it's probably early 2019. That's when I met y'all, and I met y'all probably a little before that. But anyways, that's when I started listening. And then the funny thing was, I remember since I knew you all from church, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I wound up on that podcast? Bam. And I wasn't even trying either. We just AT and I were talking one day. I was like, "Hey, I can, do a live stream if you want." And then he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was like, "Okay," and totally not trying to be on the podcast. It just wound up happening that way. So, and I'm thankful for it. Big, and you were talking about the brotherhood and the relationships and stuff. That's the big thing I love about doing this. That's my favorite part. It's the camaraderie that we all have with each other. So
Yeah. Cool. Producer Brian.
So I should have made a list because
Actually, before you do that, just the comments. Beth, Alan's wife, said that she loved the maple syrup one when we called Vermont.
That was fun. That's up there for me.
Which we still got to do Alaska. So let's work on getting Alaska.
Yeah, we just need to do it early in the day. That's I think later in the day.
Later in the day.
Like
this would be a good time to do it
live.
Oh,
yeah, because they're
would
like
be perfect.
We could totally do that live.
I think
we're
they're
gonna do
5 or 6 hours behind us. So right
Give me a
now it'd
minute.
be
Let's find the phone number.
3:30 their time.
Yeah.
I'm not set up for to call a stranger. I don't have my other number ready to go.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll do it next week.
I don't have a burner in front of me.
We do have an SFP number. I don't know if anybody knows that. It's a Google number, and I can't remember the area code. I think it's 864 because it's like from South Carolina. But when you could pick the old numbers,
Yeah.
I think it's 864, whatever. But I spelled it out to say fork. So whatever the letters are, the numbers, it's say fork.
1-900 say fork.
Say fork. Yo, girl, do you like biscuits and gravy?
Oh man.
Oh, all right. So I hope I'll probably get some calls. That'll be great.
Okay.
All right, producer. Sorry.
Yeah. So some of my top moments. You think about how you like. I remember editing the show and sitting there while you guys recorded a couple episodes, and you did like one of the the chicken nugget thing and or the Chick-fil-A sauce. I'm going, I have opinions about this. I have opinions about You're wrong. I need to say something, I ended up on it was a food. I think my first vocal appearance was something with peanut butter. I forget what we were talking about, but I got brought into it. Anyway, some of my top moments, I think almost all of our events that we went to, Southern Strains opening, watching you spill beer everywhere was hilarious while we recorded. The beer was good too. The event, the safari people was just, it was an experience.
right. Yeah.
What was the other one we did? Was another live one? I can't think. It wasn't the other food show. We went over to in Huntersville. That one.
Oh yeah.
Basketball guy. Who was that?
Matthew Doherty. He used to play for UNC. He coached for UNC.
All right. That's why I forgot about it. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of the, I'm a food guy. So the tournaments have been fun. I love the chicken sandwich tournament. Any kind of bracket we've done have been enjoyable besides the 40-pound weight gain. Definitely having Peggy No Stevens.
Yes.
The Woodford Double Oak. I still have one on the shelf right now. So I just love it. And then obviously Tanya. I almost pulled out my bottle of cream of Kentucky for tonight, but it's Cinco de Mayo, so I went with the cervezas. Yeah, maybe later. What was another one? I was going through this earlier, and trying to remember some of my favorites here. Anyway, anytime we get to eat, Eric Line from 1812 Barbecue, that was a fun one. Talking to him, Jim Purvis, anytime he's on the show.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Jay Turner, anytime he's around. Love hearing his stories. Those are some of my favorites for sure. One of my favorite show titles, I will say that, is from the episode that me and Mojo did. It was towards the end of season 4, I feel like. I forget the number, but the show title is TP. Oh, what was it? Oh, TP Temple for Your Chicken Worship was the show title.
Yes, I remember. I remember pulling that up and looking at it. I was like, "What the heck is going on here?"
And that one had so many downloads, and I think it's because it was the end of the season. Like it was one of the last ones.
156. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the description. This week on the Southern Fried Philosophy podcast, Mojo and producer Brian discuss grilling in all of its forms. We settle the charcoal versus gas debate, talk about grilling accessories, and give some of our favorite recipes and methods on the grill. Don't listen hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. TP for your chicken worship.
He just said that. Like I just came out. That's a Mojo phrase, right? And I lost it. That's all I remember.
This was funny. So last night I was also scrolling and I accidentally hit play on one of the old episodes, and it went to the How You Be Doing section, and it immediately started with producer Brian, how you be doing? And you said, I'm hurting, and I'm like, oh no, did you like fall or something? And you said, well, I tried to do a pull up. And it's like those things are just classic, like little one-liners that happens, or hell yeah, brother from Ryan, and it's just again the camaraderie is great, and I love Erin, and I can't wait for her to come back on the show. She's on vacation again this week, so
she can't read a calendar.
There's that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that develops and having her on the show. But, I look back, and Matthew Doherty is a great example. Like, when would we ever sit down with him and have a discussion? Or,
right.
Any of our guests, it's like, we get to hear different perspectives and different stories and things that we're interested in and maybe things that we're not interested in. But we get to hear their perspective and hear their story. So 200 episodes, a majority of those have had our guests on, and they have been great and gracious. when I say we record Thursdays at 8:00, most of the time is like, wait, what? Who does that?
Yeah.
Or I'll like, hey, would you like to be on the show, sir? When would you like to? I'm available 8 to 5. When would you like to come do the show? Well, 8:00 on Thursday. So they've been
Right.
very gracious to come on and hang out with us. So it's been a great run. I've really enjoyed the 200 episodes. My dad may kill me, so there may not be 201 or 202.
It's been a good 200.
201.
We could offer 6 a.m. if they don't want to do 8. If that's that's more like a radio, like a morning talk radio time, right?
We could do morning show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. We could do the show while I take small batch to daycare. We could try that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Car Rider Line podcast. That's what you need. That's the one steal this from me. We're gonna do just record like a Zoom call in the car while we're waiting and trying to not cuss in front of our kids at the Car Rider Line, right?
And they'll be like, Thomas the Train in the background.
Oh yeah.
Toot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Mickey
great.
Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah. So look, we've got a lot of stuff planned again for this season, for remaining seasons, however long we decide we could keep going. But, if you're listening via podcast or if you're, watching the show, leave a comment. Let us know what you like. What are the things that you like about the show? What are the things that you would change about the show?
Yeah.
Leave a voicemail. Let us know. That would be great because, we can't do it without y'all, listeners. And please make sure that you share the episodes. Again, we don't have a huge budget. So we have no budget for advertising. So that our advertising budget is you. So we need you to get out and spread the word, spread the gospel of Southern Fried Philosophy. We would love to see our numbers go up. More numbers, just to be quite frank, brings in more advertising budget, or more budget that we could get. We could buy more things. So that we can get better guests, so that would be fantastic. I had a dream, just say motivation. I would love to do this full time. This would be a dream job if we did, a morning show. That would be fantastic. All of us just sitting around doing the show, having people call in, having those interactions with guests and stuff. That's my dream. If it stays like this, that's fantastic. But there is nothing like doing a show live. Like we had one night on our patio where we had Father Tommy.
Oh, gosh.
We were doing the show.
I forgot.
That was definitely a highlight.
Yeah. We had an audience watching us, and there's so much electricity when that happens. And so if that can ever happen,
there was the Insider Show? Was the Uncensored we did a couple times at the brewery that's gone now?
Commoners.
Commoners is now Buzz Viking.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That we did a couple of those, and those were fun.
That was fun. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like we got to do more events, which would be great. Like if we could do more events, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, we'd have to. How are we going to get Magic Man now that we don't? I mean, like we'll have like a little video monitor.
Yeah, I'll just stick him on an iPad right next to us there.
There you go.
It's great because you can hit mute whenever you need to. It won't be a problem.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Go ahead.
I could do something right now, but we got people watching, so.
Is this involving a pickle? What in the world?
He's it's hand gestures, I believe, is what he's referring to.
Tell producer Brian he's number one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm tracking now.
Number one fan.
Well, guys, we don't have a guest for next week because guess what? They bailed too. So it just, we'll see. I'm working on it. So we'll see if we can get somebody for next week. But guys, again, thank you for 200 episodes for the Great Ride. Looking for another 200 or 800 more. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you for joining us. Alan, you said you've been impressed by the guests, so thank you for that. Thank you for being on the ride with us. So you have been one of the first supporters and have been with us for one of the longest that I know of. Yeah. But so thank you for that. Thank you guys again for tuning in to the Southern Fried Philosophy Podcast. And as always, keep looking up.